So I'm just an idiotic, stupid dog. And, actually, I really am just an idiotic, stupid dog. I mean, just because you learned how to speak, just because you were graced with a special collar from Guadalajara or Guadalupe, I'm not sure. Just because you were given the gift of speech doesn't mean you're particularly smart. You become smarter, granted. Once you learn to speak, once you learn to talk, it's actually once you learn to hear, you actually become smart. Once you learn to hear, I could understand. So then once I finally learned how to read, operate a phone, it was all downhill. But the man, he's not that smart either because he would have been brilliantly smart. He has a big gene pool, but he suffered a tragic accident when he was a youth, and he's got an oxygen deprivation. He's functional, but he's not, he burned off the best parts that would have made him an Adonis, would have made him one of the, what do you call it, thunder gods of Thor, one of the galaxy men. You know what I'm saying? One of them really big things, the bonfire of the vanities or treaties of the underdog. I forget what it was. Anyways, the man ain't particularly smart, but this latest ploy of his, I believe, is the icing on the cake. So the man quit drinking, quit being a booze hound, which I don't like because I was like, buddy, you're so much more creative. You're louder, you're funnier, you're snappier, you got some energy about you. When you're smoking, it's just like you're a dim blob and you're just getting fatter and fatter, just woofing down whatever it is. You're getting your chompers. Come on, bud. But anyway, so I get into it with the man. I was like, you don't want to be a weed head. You don't want to cross, you want to stick with the booze, and the beer, and the wine, the vino, the port. Gosh, bud, you got cellars of the stuff down there. And the man's gleaming his eye. I think he was thinking he could do a little bit of a patch somewhere on the property, but whatever. I don't know if it's even legal yet here in Western Kentucky. I mean, in our stately manor house, we could do whatever we want to do. We could grow poppies if we wanted. The cops aren't going to come even onto our property unless they knock, and then we would say, hey, come on over here on the porch. We have a lemonade. They didn't even get back to the North 40. They wouldn't even find the pot plants, so it doesn't even matter. If we want to grow pot plants, we'll grow pot plants, whatever. But anyways, the man, he's smoking a lot of weed and he's trying to cover it up. He's cracking the windows. He's opening the windows. He's breathing it out. Half the time it blows right back in. I came in one day. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get a contact eye. You got to have a suction. Open up another window someplace so it blows out. It's coming in. Don't you know about osmosis? And things moving from one greater concentration to a more lesser, don't you, open up another window, get a draft there, the man. The weed is getting me a contact high over here. And he was denying he was smoking weed. He said it was a clove cigarette. It was a chocolate clove cigarette. I said, what the hell? Come on, bud. I'm ready to go eat some, I want to get some Fritos. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So anyways, the man's idea, he got me. He's like, I was like a frog in a hot pot of water, a tepid pot of water. I heat it up. All of a sudden, I realized, God bless, the house stinks like eggs. And I'm like, bud, what's going on? It's like the Groundhog Day movie only for Easter. It's every day. I smell stinky eggs. It's so horrible, but there ain't no colored eggs. There ain't no grass on a basket with jelly beans and peeps. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? What's the deal? Why does the whole house reek like stinky feet and, bad BO? What's going on? It smells like eggs. Like you're boiling eggs constantly. What's the deal? And I'm like, he kind of played it off, but over the few days, I was like, but the house reeks of eggs. Not only that, I walk into the bathroom the other day, and there's like 3 eggs sitting there in the bathroom sink. What's in a little paper bowl? 3 eggs. And like they smelled good and strong. I mean, they were freshish. I mean, I thought I could have eaten them, but why's he got, what's the deal? The man ignored me. He wouldn't answer. I was like, bud, I walked in the library the other day. I was trying to get away from the stink. I'm like, surely there's 3 eggs. And they're kind of old and rancid. It's kind of smelling like sulfur. I mean, bud, what's going on? And all through the house, you got eggs sitting out. Finally, it dawned on me. This is crazy. The man, he's smoking reefer. He's running around to this dark corner, this little recess of the house, but it wafts, it sticks around. So what he's thinking is that if the house smells like eggs, or he started out small. He's like, if I make egg sack sandwich, I could smoke hashish. No one would even know. The man's like, I could smoke hashish. No one would know if I had an egg salad sandwich. So his ploy, a little's going to work. So he wants to do a lot more to work a lot better. He's boiling eggs constantly. He gets them farm fresh eggs. You know what I'm saying? They're better for you and all that, but I mean, they're strong eggs. They got no antibiotics put on them. They don't got no whatever you put in them. No vitamins or anything. They're just fresh, wholesome eggs. Woo! And the chickens just run around and do whatever they want to do. These eggs, you boil these eggs, you can bounce them off the wall. Believe me, it takes a while for them to rot. These are special eggs, but once they start turning and when they're boiling, they just fill the house with the perfume odor of eggs, boiled eggs, stinky, smelly, scuzzy eggs. Too much is too much already. I was like, Bud, I'd rather smell the weed now. Just let it go. I would rather smell the weed. You walk through the house, you're like, geez, there's some stinky eggs, there's some fresh eggs, there's some rotten eggs, and it's on the pots of boiling water, and he's got 5 eggs in the boiling water. Bud, we're getting egged out. And plus, no one's falling for it, Bud. No one's, you can just smoke the weed and let the eggs alone, okay, buddy? That's what I finally told him. I said, Bud, it ain't going to work out this way. We gotta stop. And I think the thing that was craziest was, I think this a young, hot egg girl. The girl he gets the eggs from, she's this sultry, sensitive little thing. She's like a college student. And the man knows you can't touch him or whatever, just to go get the eggs, Plus he's paying like $7, $8 for these eggs a dozen. Eggs shot up. His price shot up. The little college girl's like, feed goes up, so you got to pay more. But then when the price of eggs come down, it's like gasoline. The price of gas goes up, everybody pays more. All of a sudden, oil comes down, you're still paying the same amount for the gas. The egg price came down. This guy's shelling out like $21, $28 a week for 4 dozen eggs to try to stink the house up to mask his weed smoking. Hey, Faye, God bless us, whatever. Whatever. It's going to be all right. We're going to get it figured out. This too shall pass, so to speak.